welcome to today's video. So today I have for you the Ordinary foundation and serum review. I got these a couple of days ago, so I thought I'd do a quick review so we can help others who are still trying to decide on which shade or which one to get. So I thought I'd quickly sit down with you and go through them. So I'm pretty sure by now you would have heard about the Ordinary as a brand. They are an affordable skincare brand out there, and they are taking the beauty world by storm. I have written a blog post, so I'll definitely link it up somewhere for you to check out which are my favourites. I'm yet to do an updated version of it because I am not after using them consistently for 2 months. I'm now starting to see results, so I want to share these results with you guys so also it can help those. But today we're here to talk about these two new additions to the skincare and beauty range. So I have the Serum Foundation and the Coverage Foundation, both in the shades 3.2N, so that is deep neutral. So I'll start with the Serum Foundation, and I'm just going to give it a shake. Okay, that was too much, but basically it is very runny in texture. So I just dab this all over my face, and then I go in with the beauty with the makeup sponge. So apologize if I keep looking down here because I've got a mirror, so I'm not sure how much the camera is picking up the colour, but even at the back of my hand, shade is not the exact shade, but it's workable. So I'm just going to go in and blend. I don't know, it looks almost like a perfect match on my neck. It looks a little bit dark at the same time, I can't really tell, but let me know what you think, if you think I'm just being a bit extra. But yeah, another thing I wanted to point out was this, I just used the Serum Foundation, and I have two dark blemishes here and then another one here, and looking, it hasn't completely covered it up, but I think the coverage is pretty good for a foundation that's supposed to be so lightweight. I'm happy with this. I mean, there's nothing that a bit of concealer cannot, hide, but I love that it's so lightweight and it just blends beautifully. I can actually go out like this, just a bit of mascara to open up my eyes, and maybe a bit of blush, and maybe with the, like I said, the shade is not perfect but it's workable. So for that, I'm really happy. Okay, so I'm now going to take the Serum Foundation off, and then we're going to try the Coverage Foundation. Okay, so I've prepped up my skin again, and just using the same primer I used previously with the serum one. I'm now going to test the Coverage Foundation, and I've just pumped about 2 pumps at the back of my hand. Again, I don't know if you can see the colour, I'm not sure. It looks, in real life it looks slightly darker than I would prefer it to be, but on camera it looks like a perfect match. And I don't know if you can tell by the texture of this one, it's not as runny as the serum, it's very thick in texture. So yeah, this is 2 pumps, and I'm going to go in with the same application as I do with all my other foundations. So okay, so it seemed the 2 pumps was more than enough, and it's all that I needed. So I'm really happy with the way this has blended out. I love the creaminess of this one compared to the serum, and again it feels very lightweight. My blemishes are still shining, are still quite visible, but it doesn't bother me as much. And to be honest with you, I still get that same effect with any of my higher end foundations. I still have to either color correct or conceal them. So I'm not really surprised that it's not completely covering it out. But I think for anyone who's got blemish like sunspot, redness, it does a great job of covering it all up and evening out the skin tone, which I absolutely love. And again, it looks so much better on camera than it does in real. It doesn't look so bad, don't get me wrong. It's just I'm used to seeing a bit more light, a bit more yellow with my foundations. But this is it again. All I need is just a bit of concealer and I'm good to go. So I'm really impressed with these foundations, with the coverage, with the application. And yeah, I am going to go into much detail, but I just wanted to show you how it applies and how it sits on the skin. So basically first impressions first before we go into, because right now I'm using both foundations, and yeah, I want you to tell me which one you think is which. So one side is the serum, the other side is the coverage. So that's the little clue I'm going to give you. Both of them are quite lightweight in texture, especially the serum one. I don't know if you can hear with the serum one, it's very runny, and this is the coverage one, which I'm trying to shake. You know, pump them on the back of my hand so you can see what I'm talking about. I'm not sure if you can see, but this is the coverage, and that's the serum one, and you can see it running at the back of my hand already. The serum one is very light. It's almost like a light to medium coverage, and it goes on basically like a serum, basically like I would say it's between a tinted moisturizer, but without the bulk, without the thick texture or the grease that comes with some tinted moisturizers. Usually after I've gone through all my skincare, foundation is usually the 6th or the 7th product that I layer on top of my face, but it didn't feel like I was wearing anything at all, which to me, even now with the coverage foundation, it still feels very it still feels very lightweight. It's almost like my skin can breathe, but looking in the mirror I can tell that I'm wearing makeup, but it just doesn't have that cakiness feel. It doesn't settle into any smile lines. Everything just blends, very well. This is very, it's great for summer, and I've got a trip coming up which I am looking forward to. I know I'm going to be wearing this throughout the trip. When I'm usually on holiday, I don't like to be in full face makeup all the time, but I still want my skin to look a little bit better, so having this is going to be great. It goes on smoothly, it blends very well, and it doesn't cover all your imperfections. I mean, it doesn't bother me as much, but again, if I want to conceal them, both formulas are not my exact shape, but they are workable. I mean, on camera it looks well blended, and I think eventually it does warm up to my skin. I have more yellow undertones. If I go for something neutral, my face just looks flat, but all I have to do is just go in with the concealer and highlight, and I am good to go. So that's how I've been managing, or that's how I've been wearing these two over the last 3 days that I have put this to the test. And even now, this is exactly what I did with this look. I am wearing the coverage. So for me, I have oily skin, and I know this doesn't promise to be a mattifying foundation. It doesn't promise any oil control properties. However, do I need to blot throughout the day? Yes, I do. And so just as I do with all my other foundations. But I was really impressed with how this foundation, or either one of them, stayed throughout the day. Even though you could see the oil on my face, it didn't break up my foundation, it didn't spread it. It still stayed in place even after using blotting papers to get rid of the shine. It still felt very much fresh, as if I've just applied it. So for that, you know, for the price, I think this is a fantastic. Fault, there's nothing that I can find to fault about these. The packaging is very simple, so it comes with a pump, and I like that it comes with a stopper as well. So this is great for, you know, using on the go, so you can be rest assured that it's not going to leak into your, you know, your makeup bag. And it's not bulky, so again, for someone who travels very often, you can take this with you anywhere. You know, you'll fit into your airport liquid bags very easily. So I am really happy with this. Like I said, at first I wasn't sure about this shade because it wasn't the exact shade match, and it seemed a little bit darker than I would prefer, but I have found a way to work around it. It's not a total disaster. Don't have any issues with these. They are a nightmare to get hold of, that's the only problem. So I can understand the frustration if you order the wrong one. If you order the wrong shade and you want to order a new one, you will have to wait at least a month. So maybe I will advise to wait down until all the hype has gone down a little bit, because they're still waiting to fulfill all the, you know, trying to get all the back orders and everything else. So they're very busy, but their customer service, even though it takes ages, their customer service is quite good. They kept sending me emails throughout the month to let me know what was happening and how they are resolving the demand. Which one is my favorite? That is a good question. I mean, I like them individually because they have individual needs. So this is for if you want lighter coverage on casual days, and this is if you want this for your everyday, you know, makeup. So I like them both. I can't pick and choose. It would depend on my mood. It would depend on what, you know, what look I'm going for the day. Is it going to replace my higher end foundations? No, only because I do trust my, you know, my Estee Lauder just doesn't let me down. If I need to be out all day, if I have events, photo shoot, whatever, I can guarantee that this is going to see me through from morning till night. With this one, I haven't, obviously, I'm still testing them. So I think I've pretty much covered everything on here. I mean, I'm really impressed with what The Ordinary has achieved. You know, I would recommend, definitely give it a try. Definitely get it, you know, give it a go. If you have to go into the store, go into the store, pick up a few shades, pick up a few bottles and give it a go. I don't think you're going to regret it, especially at that price. I think it's fantastic compared to any of the drugstore makeup brands that I've used for darker skin tones. The only one that I would, you know, that I love on drugstore is, in the drugstores, is the L'Oreal. So even that, which one will I pick over L'Oreal? I'll definitely go for these two, just because it stays put. This one is great, but after a while it starts to separate and everything. But like I say, even with this, even with my oily skin, it still stays put. So definitely a thumbs up for me. And I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions, please let me know. And also what you think about the shade match and everything, because I know I was a bit unsure about it. But let me know if you think I'm just being extra, and let me know if you think this is a perfect shade and I should just stop whining about it. Let me know, and thank you so much for watching. Have a beautiful weekend, and I'll see you on the next upload. Bye. Mwah.